Yes, this is a good question. As I said, I had a practitioner experience as well. I worked at Samsung and Hyundai before in South Korea. And I worked at Samsung Economic Research Institute as a internal consultant. And I looked at the very interesting the patterns of behaviors of engineers and top engineers in Samsung. Some of them, they really like to share their knowledge, but others, not. So the initial question of a research inquiry starts with that question, why? Started with personality. Maybe it's a kind of a personality, right? So in the early research, I used the Big five-vector model, but that's showing that it is a very unstable the result and the evidence. So personality is not powerful explanation for knowledge sharing. And then second, the Samsung provided two different types of incentives. One is a group incentive, so-called profit sharing. Another individual incentive is so-called PI, personal incentives. So PS, group incentive, and a PS, group incentive, and a PI, an individual incentive. So this is a very powerful motivation for Samsung employees. I work for Samsung, and because I got the high level of pay, a salary. So they are so proud of being Samsung man working in Samsung Group. I saw that, but economic returns was not important predictor of knowledge sharing in my study. So what else? That was my second question. What else? And I found that reciprocity. Reciprocity. I share my knowledge because I believe you will share your knowledge in the future, right? It's a kind of a mutuality of a knowledge sharing. Well, social interaction matters. So I'm looking at that, and I did the research with lots of determinants, as I said. When you look at my Google Scholar, all the possible determinants are included: leadership, organization culture, and citizenship behavior, commitment, and so forth. So everything are there. So what I found from my research experience is that social relationships matter.